So, what is a food intolerance? There's so many misconceptions out there, so many different food tests that are available on the market, different methods of figuring out what foods are causing you problems, elimination diets, etc. So we want to clear the air right now and explain exactly what is a food intolerance. A food intolerance is essentially a genetic enzyme deficiency that's passed down from our ancestors from generation to generation. What that means is that food intolerances tend to run in families. They also tend to run within ethnic groups because we all evolved in different places in the planet, which means that we all have different capacities to digest certain foods that we evolved with, right? So there's three things that I want you to know about the food intolerance. The first is that everyone has a food intolerance. Everyone has a food intolerance. We had a mentor who was an accoucheur, which is a male midwife. He delivered babies in the beginning of his career, and he ran the food intolerance on every single baby that he helped deliver. Every single one had a food intolerance. This evaluation has been run for over 100 years. Every single person that has been checked has a food intolerance. So that means you have a food intolerance. So that's the first thing I want you to know. The second thing I want you to know is that food intolerances are different from food allergies and food sensitivities. Now, we all know that there's so many tests that are available on the market, right? There's the Everlywell, and there's different food allergy testing, and there's the ELISA, and many different functional ways of checking what foods may be causing you problems. These tests are completely different from what a food intolerance is. These tests are checking how is your immune system responding to what you're eating. Essentially, the way they run these tests is they take a sample of your blood and they expose it to different foods to see if there's a reaction. Okay, so the question is, why is your body reacting to those different foods? In our perspective, that's because you're probably eating your food intolerance. What your food intolerance is enzyme deficiency. What that means is that when you eat a food, your body doesn't have the enzymes on board to actually digest and absorb it, which causes inflammation in your gut, which then creates immune sensitivity, because we know that most of the immune system is in the gut, right? It's lining all those little villi and microvilli in your gut to protect it from the outside world. So what we see over and over and over again is that when individuals cut out their food intolerance, their digestion improves, their entire immune system improves, and a lot of the other food sensitivities and allergies they may be experiencing will diminish, if not go away. The third thing I want you to know about the food intolerance is that it's the primary cause of inflammation and toxicity in the body. When we improve our digestive system so that we can actually digest the food that we're consuming, absorb it to get all those wonderful nutrients into the body, to the cells, and then actually detoxify the waste out of the system, we fundamentally improve the function of the body and improve our health. So in this way, getting your food intolerance checked is one of the most important things that you can do for your health.